All right. So
Hey, I'm Penny's husband, aka Richard Nelson.
he's Richard and I'm Penny.
I'm going to roast some coffee today. We're going to do some Haitian singing rooster.
Okay, and you got that from,
Berman Coffee Traders.
and how much do you pay for that?
This is about $6 a pound, and this is a half a pound.
$6 a pound?
This is a half a pound right here. Can you see? I'll let you get. I don't know if I showed you guys what it looks like before I roast it or not.
Our friends just came over, and so they're going to observe, but they are not really into being into the...
All right.
Okay, so wait, tell us about this
Okay.
thing first.
This is an old-fashioned stir-crazy popcorn popper.
And I just saw one of these at Rural King, so you can
And
still buy those
I
at...
disconnected the heating element in it.
Say it again.
I disconnected the heating element so it doesn't actually heat anymore.
Oh,
All it does is it stirs my beans for me.
okay.
So I put the raw
Well, wait,
beans.
tell us about this thing
I
now.
will when I get there. I put the beans in there like that. And I have this set. This is a convection oven. It actually heats up underneath here.
Okay.
And it's got a timer, and I've got it set at about 460 degrees.
Okay, do you
So I
remember when you bought it, how much did it cost?
The whole setup, I paid Pastor Tomley $60.
So you paid $60 and
Yep.
a friend bought it for you, and
he
how
set it
long
up.
have you had it?
And I modified that. I had 9 years, 10 years.
Okay.
Okay, I used to use a regular popcorn popper. Anyway, I've got the timer set. I don't worry about the timer because I roast by watching the color of
You roast by watching.
of them. So it's on 160 or 460 degrees right now.
It's on 460 degrees?
You can already smell it. Yep. And then I put this in my handy dandy hands-free plastic bag holder because I usually do this by myself.
Yeah.
And my pot holders because it gets hot
Richard moved all of his equipment over here into our
in my
carport.
thing.
Okay.
So it takes me about 10 minutes to 15 minutes to roast that.
A half a pound of coffee.
That's a pound of coffee.
Okay.
You stick around a bit. It smells awesome. Awesome.
What do you roast coffee for? What is that?
That's
I'm
Morris.
not a coffee drinker, so.
So we have a question. Why do you roast coffee for?
I roast it because it tastes better. There's no preservatives in it, and it's a neat hobby.
It's a fun hobby.
Yep.
Coffees have many different flavors also.
I'm going to roast. Where did the other bag go?
Right here.
Oh, right. Here we go. Some Kenya.
Let's see.
These are pea berries. You see how much smaller the bean is? That's called a pea berry. And this is Kenya. That's what the PB stands for, pea berry. And I won't even pretend to try to pronounce what that is.
Okay.
Nairi, and that's it. Okay.
So were you going to try to do the blonde roast today?
I'm going to do the blonde roast on this one. Miss Laura didn't like the blonde roast.
Miss Laura did not like
Can
the
you
blonde
smell it?
roast.
No, she likes the dark roast.
Richard makes the coffee, and then for Sunday school that he teaches, he brings a different thing every week and makes it for everyone.
See how it's getting darker? There's well, you can feel the heat blowing out. I don't know if you can smell that yet or not. You can smell it. It almost a creamy smell.
That's the cat assistant.
I had to do some modifications on this to make it so where it could handle the 460 degrees. Of
So
course,
it doesn't burn off the bottom part, you mean?
Well, no, this is Teflon, but the part that stirs it was plastic.
Yeah.
So I had the JV welded socket on there and
You had the JV welder socket on it.
onto a bolt, and the bolt goes to the stirring stick. And
On the inside of the popcorn popper part, you
Right.
had to modify
Right.
it because the plastic would melt.
the plastic was melted with it. But
Now I smell it,
Yeah, no, I smell it.
but it doesn't smell all the way
Creamy.
roasted.
kind of no, it's not.
Then you turn the thing off, turn the spinner off, put shrink wrap around it, around the edge, and then get the liquid fire sealant
Oh yeah.
and That would make your pot more airtight for more heat efficiency.
Well, I want to, down here maybe, I want it to
I'm saying
blow.
around here where the heat is escaping, you can make that.
But I need that to blow. You know, if you hang out for a second, you'll see there's chaff will blow out of there.
Cat.
So what are you looking for? How do you know when it's done?
I watch the color, and you'll hear it start popping like popcorn here in a minute.
You'll hear it start popping like popcorn.
And coffee roasters call that crack. The
They
first
call
crack.
it the first crack.
Yeah, and there's 2 cracks.
And there's 2 cracks.
When I start getting into the first crack, it's probably getting it right at where I want it for a blonde roast.
Say it again.
The blonde roast is getting into the first crack. The second crack, you're getting into the Italian and French, or the Italian and what's the other one? Espresso.
Okay.
Italian is just a little lighter than the espresso roast, and that's just the color, the darkness. You guys have heard me say that the lighter the roast, the more coffee bean you taste. So I'm going to do a good blonde roast of this so we can taste what that Haitian singing rooster tastes like instead of my roasting abilities. But it smells really good roasted too.
Yeah, it does.
Kind of a creamy. I don't know how else to.
So how long do you think the coffee is good for after you roast it?
I wouldn't hold it much more than a month.
A month?
Maybe.
Because it doesn't have any preservatives.
No
We don't put any preservatives. We just make this for our own personal consumption.
You see it, yeah.
Yeah, the shake is going out now. So I mean, if I did that, I would maybe leave 1 point open.
Right.
And, so as it cracks, you'll start noticing that the cake is going out more often. And you can see it getting darker. I don't know if you can tell the difference, man. There's a difference in the taste of the taste of the guy versus the cold.
Are you a coffee drinker, Randy?
I'm not a concern like Reese is.
I wasn't either.
So good.
Everybody got to have something that makes it go hum.
You really tell the color.
Right.
Chestnut color.
Right. Motor keeps turning in that. There's a socket sitting down on the square tag. It's a 4-wrench drive. And what happens is that pulls up off the pin. And the pin keeps spinning and it's got to drop back down in place again. That's how come it's not keeps turning. But I don't want to glue it or baby weld it because I have to take that off as well. Yep, the shake is blowing out pretty good now.
This over here is my, I have some family members that smoke. And so when they come, this is their smoking area. It's a smoking, yeah. So I'm ready for my mom to come. My mom smokes, and she's going to come visit.
Yeah, my sister came by and threw cigarettes in the water bowl, outside water bowl for the dog.
Well, that's what it's there for, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
catch your cigarettes.
Let's put them out so they don't burn anything.
Well, we have this fancy ashtray over here that's a shell that Richard's using to hold up this contraption.
Yeah.
That's my ashtray over here. But Richard's using it for another person. I don't have an ashtray, actually. I don't smoke. But when my friends come over and they... All right. You can really see that. So how will you be able to detect exactly when it's, like, isn't it starting to get right to the tipping point to where you're going to make a decision?
Getting close,
So how will you know? Like, tell us how you're going to decide. Listen.
Your timer doesn't work, really.
The timer does if I wanted to do it by time.
He does it by
listening inside.
listening in sight.
Even like if you get stuff from Starbucks and stuff, they have big drums that rotate with a heater underneath it, and they'll have a little peephole. And they'll stick a cup in there in that peephole and bring it back out and look and see what the color is. And that's how they regulate where they want it. So it's not time releasing. So it should start getting into the first crack here in a minute.
So we're listening for the first crack.
It's a very light crack. The second, well, the first crack is pretty bold, like pretty loud. Almost like popcorn, not quite as loud.
Richard even went in there and cleaned up his top. What is this? The glass for the occasion, so I could do this training video.
As soon as it's over, we'll let them see it.
Ooh, look like flaming chaff.
Yeah, when it gets on fire. You can actually see there's usually
The smell is changing a little bit. The smell is a little bit different. And it's the middle of February in southern Illinois, and it's about 35 degrees outside. Lucky for me, I have all these people here to keep me busy, so I don't notice how cold it is. It's not that cold if you work outside.
When I start getting into darker
Which I don't.
roast, it almost burns, and it'll make your eyes water. And then you'll see smoke blowing off on the food.
Come closer, my dear, so the people can hear what you're saying.
That dark stuff I roasted for last Sunday.
The last batch that you roasted,
Was a dark roast.
which was what kind? Do you remember?
The Guatemalan QQ that
Guatemalan?
I took to church. The Sunday school
Okay.
had a dark roast, and it got to smoking.
Got to smoking.
Yep. That's our feral cat.
He picked me. He selected me. And then he wormed his furry paw into my
There
heart.
it goes. Good.
Yeah.
We've heard a crack.
I want to get a little bit steadier crack going.
A steadier crack.
I had it too light the other day, and my grinder just was barely able to grind it.
Every time you split.
Yep.
Probably about a half a pound like you did. It's probably as much as you can get in.
I've got rambunctious one time and tried a 3/4 of a pound, but it's a little much for this.
I hear some cracking.
So if you were to eat one of these, it would break your teeth. But after I roast it, it's crunchy.
He's pointing to the green beans. You don't eat the green coffee beans because it would crack your teeth.
Yep.
So now this is where the real skill of the issue comes in, is when you
smoke.
decide when to take it off.
Yep. Getting close to ready to take it off.
And I'll be standing right in the way, but I'll get right out of the way.
So I'll trade you over here and get
So
over
we
there on that side.
We can see some.
Go on that side.
Me move over here.
Right.
Okay.
Right, my pot holders. Okay, this is a pretty blonde roast here. So I'm done with that. As soon as you lift the lid, it stops. Now the object is when you reach this where you want it, you got to cool it down quick.
Cool it down quick.
That's why I
So
have
the contraption that you made.
yeah. So it doesn't keep roasting. Otherwise, it would continue to roast
If it was still hot, it would keep cooking.
from the internal temperature. So there's what I was talking about.
Wait, well, show us all.
I had to JB weld that
Hold
bolt on
still.
there and that socket
Hold still so they can see it, baby.
so
all right.
that it would, and then regulate and fix that on there. Okay, while that's sitting on that, I go ahead and get my next batch going, because usually I'm going.
Would you like to multitask?
I do. I multitask. Whoever said men can't multitask, I don't know who they were thinking of, but anyway,
They weren't thinking of you?
they weren't thinking of me. So that one's going to roast while I'm cooling this one down.
Start that again.
So then I get over here with this, and this does two things. It cools it down, and it blows the remaining chaff
All over your jacket.
out of the way. Yep, off the coffee beans. And you can see how light that color is
All
there.
right, hold still.
That's a blonde roast.
Nice.
Hold on. Crunch it up. You want to look at one?
No.
Okay. You didn't have to eat it. You can eat it. Yeah. You ever had chocolate covered coffee beans?
Yeah.
Okay. That's just no chocolate on that one. So I just cool this down real quick so that it doesn't keep cooking. Take it over here to my handy dandy hands-free.
Thanks, Rosie.
Yep. Now, if you remember how much the coffee filled the bag, now after I fill this will almost fill that bag up.
You mean it's bigger?
It plugs up.
It's expanded. Okay.
Expanded. Yep.
Is that math? Well, we have to thank our friends here. They stopped by here to bring us a keto treat because Richard and I have been doing
I'm
keto.
excited to go in there and eat some.
So
I
they
don't know
brought
if
us.
I'm going to do supper. I might just eat some of that instead.
What did you bring us?
Chocolate pecan. Keto bars.
Chocolate pecan keto bars. So we're pretty excited about that.
It's something my father-in-law had brought home years ago, and I commandeered it. That's what it looked like. Or
Yeah.
it was it was something that you put in a window.
So did you put the switch in it? Did you put
No,
the
the switch was in it. So
Okay.
you remember the bag that I showed you, Amanda?
Mm-hmm.
How full it was. Now this was about
yeah.
as full, but you can see it's almost a quarter or half as big as it was before.
Now, how many cups of coffee do you think? Like, how many cups
I
of
don't
coffee does
know.
that make?
I don't know.
Me neither.
Depends on who's making them.
I have a friend at work named Kelly, and she really enjoys Richard's. Well, she enjoyed Richard's coffee, so she wanted us to order some Kona. Until we found out
$28
that
a
the
pound.
green beans are $28 a pound, and we're like, no, we're not gonna buy.
28 for one version and 30 for another.
How much coffee do that make?
That's what she said. That's what we said.
That was for a pound.
So he just did a half a pound, so that would.
Yeah.
That bag would be a pound.
Okay, yeah, when I get those bags come, that's a pound. Now this company that I order out of, you can buy them by 50 pounds and more, and that's for people that do their own coffee.
And what kind of a deal do they give us? They give us a special deal. They
Not
give us
anymore.
a free.
They used to, but I haven't seen it in a while.
Oh darn! Well, that's
you
not a
order-
very good promotion. That they used to give us something for free with a certain thing, but now they don't anymore.
You
So
get a
that's
order
not
of $35 or more, they give you half a pound or something to try.
okay. Is that what it is?
That's what it
Okay,
used to be.
but not anymore.
Not anymore.
So there's no sense in me trying to tell you all on YouTube about what they used to do if it's not available anymore.
Well, I'm anxious to try the chocolate pecan.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll see you guys.
Well, thank you very much for stopping by.
Yep.
Yeah.
See you in the morning.
Yeah, we'll see you in the morning.
All right. Thank you, guys.
All right. So Richard, is there anything else that you want to tell us about roasting coffee or?
Nope. This is it. You saw the whole process through the Haitian singing rooster.
All right.
Let's go through the process again here with this. What was this one?
I don't remember.
Kenya.
Kenya. And are you going to do it a blonde roast or what do you have in mind?
Yeah, I'm going to do a blonde roast again.
All right. Well, I think that concludes today's roasting coffee lesson. And if you have any questions or comments, if you would, can you point down, baby? Put them in the comments down below.
Oh, point down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Point down. Yep.
Put something in the comments below here.
Down below. Yes.
Right.
All right. Okay.
Down here.
Oh, do it again.
Down here.
Down there. All right. Okay. Thank you, Richard.
Mm-hmm.